Boom. Back in the tea den. In fact, I'm feeling the need for some tea right now.
Yeah, dude.
We ate some heavy food.
Exactly.
And then we recorded a episode with the Euro Cave, which I think I may have been on the verge of passing out. And so now I need some tea.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you ask and you shall receive. So we have the 2008 Manzhuan Gushu from
Xiangming
Tea Factory today.
Yep.
And so we had the 2010 version, the Arbor version.
Yeah, and you like that version.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And actually, I subsequently bought more cakes of it. So I have
two and
a half because I give you half of one. Yeah. Suckers. Yeah, there you go. So it's still, to me, pretty green. The 2010 version.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, just it does need time. So I thought it was a reasonable price for what you're getting today.
Yeah.
So this will be an interesting comparison. Go ahead and get in there.
So we had a stereotypical Denny and long rinse there.
Totally. Yeah, if I'm going to do, because at home I do 2 rinses now, unless it's like a really expensive prize tea. Wow, nice. Ooh, hot. Pretty green. Nice big leaves.
Yeah, it hints at some like light smoke, but I think it's mostly not very prevalent to me at least.
It smells sweet to me.
Yeah, and you can tell this is definitely going to be like probably similar biological age to the 2010, maybe very slightly ahead of it.
Yep.
These are not on the fast track of aging.
Although the color's not, it's changing there.
Okay. And have you had that 2010 very much? Handful of times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say about 6 times, yeah.
Okay. I have not had it since the episode, so that will linger a bit more freshly in your memory than for me.
Yep.
Cheers. Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more so.
Yeah.
Much more so than the 2010 version. That one was much more floral. This has much more base on it. It's actually surprisingly different. Interesting.
Yeah. I think it has a little bit of developing plum that's not quite there yet, but I feel like I can feel the start of that coming.
Yeah. Nice. Bolder.
Yeah. Than the 2010?
Yeah. Stronger for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess you're using a little bit more leaf here. How much do you know the parameters were on this guy?
It's about 5.5 grams, 75 milliliters. Yeah. So a little bit beyond my usual parameters, a little bit beneath your usual parameters.
But no, nice lingering character, a solid bitterness.
Yeah.
Already.
Nice mouth coating.
Yeah. But it's actually fairly woody for how green the leaves look to me. I agree with you on the plum note too. It's not there yet, but it's aiming there. A little darker, the core now.
Smell some like kind of sugar cane notes on this.
Did we say the episode 564? Whatever.
We did now.
A little bit of hay on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'd say it has a much stronger bitterness to it.
Interesting. I don't find this particularly bitter, though. So is it just the other one has even less?
The other one's quite light.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
It definitely still has some sharpness to it.
Yeah.
Some resin. I think this is the sort of tea that will continue to improve.
I agree. But I agree with you. There's a sharpness to it still.
It does have a nice juiciness to it still as well.
I'm going to do the patented long steep here.
Okay.
Steeping number 3.
Stress test it. So we'd expect it to get a fair bit more bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens when you do that patented long steep to something strong, like the double lions?
Oh, man. It honestly, it's kind of like there is a maximum amount of bitterness that you can get from a tea.
Okay.
Astringency will go up. So the mouth pucker and the drying character will go up, but the bitterness doesn't usually.
So if it's already pretty bitter, then...
Yeah, I don't feel like I notice the bitterness increasing as much.
Okay.
The intensity of the flavor increases dramatically. It usually mutes the high notes and creates a much stronger base profile.
Okay.
It's just it's every tea is going to perform differently, of course, but
sure.
General observations. Again, with that, I'm looking for that Huigan is the character that I want to be experiencing on that steep the most.
And I will say, speaking of aftertaste, this one has a pretty good one. I'd say it really is coating the mouth, back of the mouth, maybe the throat as well. And we'll see what this one does. I would expect this to be at least have a mild bitterness to it.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of green character on this one, what do you think?
I mean, for me, all the Xiangming Tea Factory ones, it's probably my number one complaint, is they're all pretty green for their age, certainly, which, for me at least, makes me want to reach for them a little bit less.
Yeah.
That being said, they're starting to get there. I mean, like, I could drink this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the Chen Chen Hao Golden Mark, but just a little bit farther along.
Yeah. That Golden Mark can be quite
You can get
something.
strong.
Yeah. In fact, I'd imagine that third, like, stronger steep they do could be quite brutal on that one.
Yeah.
Cheers. Little sourness. I can taste that plum coming in even more. So we're getting, like, kind of those tart plum notes.
Yeah, I agree with you on the sourness for sure. And the fruitiness is there. To your point about that smoke, maybe just a slight hint of that here. Nothing super strong.
Yeah, it's definitely got that pucker.
Absolutely, yeah. But with it, that sweetness comes, right?
Yep. I mean, that's what pu'er is kind of... I mean, that's one of the main things that pu'er is all about. It's like...
Totally.
It's like... Manzhuan has talked about this. It's like, if you don't like... You're not necessarily getting super pleasant flavors up front. It's like a lot of it is how it converts and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. Although then you become kind of friends with those flavors, and it's almost like pleasure by association. You know what's to come, and it immediately tastes enjoyable.
Yeah.
So now that these leaves are definitely nice and hydrated, we'll back off of the parameters a little bit here, but they'll still be higher. I mean, I think this will still be stronger than the second steeping.
Let me. How bitter was that last one to you?
On like a 1 to 10 scale.
Sure.
3.
Okay. Yeah, I would say like 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to rethink. I realized that I need to be rethinking the bitterness thing, because like bitter teas for me are like a really bitter tea is like only a 6. That makes no sense. It has to be like up to a 10. So. Yeah.
What would you say is the most bitter tea that you've had in recent memory? Like, what is a 6 that will probably get recalibrated to a 10? Double Lion?
I don't think
so. Is that
so.
more sour?
That one's more sour than bitter.
Okay.
And the Malaysian short one is actually surprisingly pleasant.
Yeah.
Some of those teas that we had on the blind 7542
sure.
steamed milk comparison.
Yeah.
They were strong. Some of those you could brew pretty hard, and they're like, whoa. So I'd say probably those. I mean, that recipe were just kind of...
7542.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bitter recipe. The 502 version, it does have that sweetness that comes, but if you brew it hard, it'll be strong for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've pushed the leftover paper tong really hard, and it can get really bitter. But again, there's so much high notes on that. I love it.
And honestly, we're probably the worst people to ask. It's like you ask someone that doesn't drink pu'er regularly, and
totally.
This last steep may have been like overwhelmingly bitter for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though this is like a boutique, pretty approachable, almost 17 years old.
So I had the Bianhao Lishan Gongcha yesterday, and I made my wife have a sip of it, and I was like, this doesn't taste like any bitterness to me. She's like, so I was like, okay, out of 10. She's like, a 9? And I'm like, no. What?
This is like
no.
a 2.
Yeah. So I think it definitely depends on who you're dealing with, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And it's why for even like, it's almost like poo drinkers, and specifically pu'er drinkers that drink a certain sort of tea are in a different category than even like other tea drinkers that like mostly 100%. Drink oolongs or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I started out this morning instead of with a ripe. I actually had a white tea this morning. It was very strange. It was way too sweet. It was just like wrong.
Yeah.
So I think you definitely get used to the stuff you're used to drinking.
Yeah, it's true. It's like my wife likes ripe in the morning, and I one time served oolong, and she's like, "What is this? It's like too light."
Yeah, there you go. Nice, that's funny.
Yeah.
Back to this tea, definitely noticing the green floral character of this a little bit.
Sure.
Not necessarily a complaint, but certainly not. It's kind of in that tweener state, I think, even now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pushing this one a little bit here. I want to get back to those basier notes. So yeah, I'd say that even today, this is actually. Do you know the price difference between this one and the? So the other one,
I think this is about twice as much.
Okay.
So it's quite a bit.
Gotcha.
More.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in terms of aging potential, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because the other one is definitely weaker. Yeah. It's fine, but probably just kind of get ready to drink it sooner and get done with it faster.
Does that mean that you would drink the 2010 potentially more often than something like this? I guess it depends what you want.
Yeah, good question.
This being the stronger of the two.
For sure, yeah. Probably would. It just kind of is easier to fit into the rotation as like a lighter character tea. Whereas like something that's really, this is like pretty intense. You said a little bit sharp. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
But again, I think this gives more room for like more in the future by quite a bit comparatively.
Yeah, you can tell there's a lot of substance to this. I mean, I like this tea quite a bit so far.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah.
In terms of like the 6, famous Tea Mountain sweetness character of this, how would you kind of rank the sweetness on it?
Like, probably about average.
Yeah. It doesn't strike me as like being as sweet as like classic Yiwu tea.
Sure.
Even though it's part of the region, but.
Do you find it a little fruitier? Or like hinting at that? I find it hints at it more than it actually is.
I think so too, yeah. I'm noticing the green character on this. I'm noticing the kind of grassy hay notes on this a lot more now.
Sure.
What a bit of base. The original first and second steeping were a bit more woody. This one to me now has turned to a bit more of that kind of fermented hay kind of a thing. Is there enough? Yeah. Okay, so let's do one more.
Yeah, let's do it.
And yeah, we're using quite a bit of leaf in here. The guy one is pretty much completely stuffed full. Nice big leaves.
Yeah.
Pull one of these out.
I would say that you actually brew pu'er. Like, it's interesting to see. For years, you didn't brew pu'er on the show because it was like kind of more of my beverage.
Yeah.
And now you're brewing pu'er. And I'd say you are brewing pu'er stronger than I brew pu'er, which is interesting. You just I
don't know.
It's like I think I'm pretty average as far as like the strength that I brew, but you like your poo strong. I don't say that. I mean, I enjoy it. It's not like unreasonably, but it's like this tea is
intense.
Yeah. We're getting the pungency.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna just go ahead and knock off some tests. Mom test, no. Ultralight test, also no.
Yeah. Wartime test. I'd say I go to war on this tea for sure. Pick me up.
Yeah, it's true. The question is when? What era? What century?
I'm definitely thinking like muskets. Like maybe, guys, can we like say the Civil War? Is that? It's like totally inappropriate. But
you'd
the
see,
Civil War.
you'd see old Honest Abe just like tossing back some of this
100%.
Manzhuan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What other tests do we have? Is that it? The speed test, actually. I know this would not be passing the speed test for me.
Costco sample test. This would not do well. They'd be like, what the heck are they serving?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say this is... Yeah.
After you eat your like cheese biscuit thing.
This is definitely stronger than the 2010.
Yeah.
I think.
I think this would... especially the way you're brewing it, I would say is definitely like a tea nerd tea to appreciate.
Yeah.
Specifically a pu'er nerd. I think you could brew this in a way that oolong people could enjoy it. I think you would need to tone it back, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think this is like too bitter for those folks.
The returning sweetness now is really pleasant, though, actually.
Yeah.
I do think this tea has a lot of promise. So is it worth twice as much? I mean, that's a $500 cake.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. Like, you can get really good tea right now in the $500 range for a cake that's like, older and kind of a bit more reliable. this.
Yeah, I mean, I currently I'm not even sure if this is available, but I heard the numbers floated out that was a bit around that range. It might even be higher. I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think if I was going to spend $500, I'd probably be spending it on something else. Not that this isn't good. I like it, but I probably wouldn't want something for $500 that I'm ready to be drinking now. Whereas if you had caught this maybe 5 years earlier and it was a little more affordable, maybe it would be a good buy.
Sure.
Personally, but. If you like bitter tea, this is a tea for you.
Well, you got to brew it like this.
Yeah, I'm brewing it hard,
yeah. I mean, like let me ask you this then: if you brewed the 2010 Manzhuan like this, which I assume you do, what's it like?
Sweeter.
Sweeter and not nearly as bitter.
No, it's sweeter and a bit more fruitier and more floral.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly, the sweetness though you'd expect potentially a bit more turning. So I think the base material the material on this itself is a little bit stronger. Period. Which maybe it's the Gushu older trees, hard to know. In terms of the actual look of the material itself, it does look a little bit darker.
Sure.
And you have half a cake over there to compare it to maybe a bit later, but yeah, brewing this one pretty hard, but still, I think it's just got a more bitter base profile than the 2010 Arbor version.
Yeah. So you think this is the one for the long haul?
Definitely. Yeah, I think without a doubt. So those other cakes, I will be enjoyed drinking them in like 5 years, I think. Whereas this one, I think probably still has plenty more than 5 years to hang out. So yeah, solid. Teaswelike.com is where I bought the second and third cakes of the Manzhuan Arbor. And it was still pretty reasonable.
Not $250?
Yeah, $250.
For a 400 grammer.
It's not bad for the region. And so you can get them there, and they are shipping. That's from their U.S. version of the site, so check that out. Or rather, they're stateside, so you can still purchase them and get them actually delivered to you in a reasonable time.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that at Teaswe Like. Whew, yeah, feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
That was a solid session.
We're only doing one tea today, so we made it count, man.
Sichuanese food and finally, woo! What the slow-mo.